What is up, YouTube? MK40 here. We are here with.
You already know, Rated God Fresh.
All right, so you are the mysterious Numeron player that has been doing really well out of the last couple of extravaganzas, correct?
Yes, yes. I love Numerons and I'm trying to continue to push it to be great.
All right, so you went 6-0 in Swiss this past weekend,
Correct.
and then you lost in top four, right?
Yeah, it's a D-Link.
Ah, well, I mean, still, nonetheless, like it was really cool. So give me a rundown of your matchups here.
Okay, so in the beginning, up top, in the Swiss rounds, the first player I played was actually pretty crazy. It was Sky Strikers. That was actually I was thrown off, but I 2-0 Sky Strikers. Then I played D-Link. I played Salad. I played Trap BA was the one that I did not see coming out of all decks this weekend.
Yeah, I was actually really
Um,
surprised that Gabe was piloting that, honestly.
yeah, like that was pretty crazy, and Gabe won the whole thing. Shout out to Gabe, but he that was a very interesting deck, I have to say.
All right. So, why Numeron of all things?
So Numeron, when the deck first ever came out, I didn't like even know what Zexu was in the beginning. I just saw this deck. I saw the potential to OTK because I'm a Cyber Dragon player, and I was like, oh, a deck that can use an extra deck to OTK. Then one of my friends said, hey, you can run Zexel in it, and that's when I was like, oh boy, like let me take this deck to another
Ooh.
level. Yeah, so that was pretty amazing. But after Zexu got hit, honestly, it sounds awkward, but I was kind of happy because it made me go, you know what? Let me show people what I can do with the deck after, quote unquote, a card that they say saves the deck.
I
You know, that's it.
I know I've played so many games where people are just like, well, Zexul's banned. Like, what are you doing? You just OTK him out
Right,
of left field, and
right.
they're like, oh, this is BS, or they're just like, I hate Yu-Gi-Oh, you know.
Exactly, exactly.
All right,
So,
let's step through your deck here and let's talk about some
okay,
of these card choices that you have here. Because
okay.
this is a very interesting build from somebody looking from the outside in. Considering I
Right,
saw
right.
your other build playing limiter removal, and
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
limit removal was I was playing it. So I was gonna play the limit removal if my rainbow dragons and everything didn't come, and it came on Friday. So that build was gonna have the limit removal, but once it came in, I had to take it out
that's
to
fair.
make it. Yeah.
All right, so walk me through this here. Where would you like to
Okay.
start?
Oh, we can start straight from Artifact Lancia. The hand traps, if you want.
Sure,
We got
I noticed like just a broad scope of things here. You're in love with the number two.
Yes. So my theory behind number two is kind of crazy. So three ofs is okay, but you don't really want to see every, three of in your deck. You run so many three ofs, and your hand traps is only as really good as like turn one and turn two.
Yep.
Other than that, it's a grind game.
All right, so
So
Lancet
yeah.
for dinosaurs and Eldritch, right?
Right. For Dinosaur Eldritch, and shockingly, it really did good versus D-Link. They didn't go crazy on their board. If they opened up all the cards that banish, like the light and dark and chaos space and things like that, it worked out pretty good.
Huh. All right.
Yeah, so that was good. The two Ash Blossoms, standard. Like I said, it's a hard once per turn, so I only want to see one in hand, really.
Yep.
You have to run the two Godarlas.
Because
Bird Up. I didn't see any Bird Up.
I know Bird Up's kind of fallen off as of late.
Right, right. But I do need kaijus in the deck, so I'm gonna have to stick with this option as long as that deck is around.
Yep, understandable.
Lava Golem, as you still won me a game in time. That was crazy. So he had 200 light points, and this is actually the second time this weekend it came up and won me a game.
Freaking lava
So
golem,
that was,
man.
yeah. And it gets rid of so much. I got rid of so I lightning storm the back row, which he had tidy down there. Then I lava golem his savage as well, his savage and heretic sphere seal. That was the first thing I did. and that's 2 cards off the board, and then the OTK from there.
3-card combos, by the way.
So you got to run the wall, and you have to run the Planet Pathfinder. That's your field spell searcher. So in theory, you have 3, 6 terraforming. That's 7, and the field spells itself. That's 10 ways to make sure you have the field spell at all times.
The only thing that really makes me feel bad is when you open Planet Pathfinder and the lava golem, and you're like,
yeah. I catch myself siding out at least like one or
fair.
2. Yeah, just so, especially when I know they're making me, like, if I'm going second, I know they're probably gonna have a negate, and I'm just like, oh, they're gonna negate it, so I don't really need it. And going first, yeah, I'll leave it in. Going first.
All right.
Like you said, the 2 gamma and the 1 driver, like the theory behind gamma is, like I said, after I use the first one, they're dead inside the deck. So this was great all weekend. I was seeing it like here and there, but it was good. I never opened driver.
Must be nice.
Yes. And then the spice, man. We have the Rainbow Dragon and the Elemental Hero Neos. Who this card all weekend put in so much work. You don't understand so much work.
I'm actually surprised that this card works out as well for you as it does.
So you slap 4 on the board with your Numerons, then you bring out this. You can summon one more time, and what's better than shuffling your opponent's graveyard back, field, or spell and trap? It was just nuts, man.
On a 4,500 body that's got 1 protection on it? Yeah.
Yeah. Then we have the Call by the Grave. Ogre actually came up. It stopped the Ogre when they try to hit the fail spell.
Who's playing Ogre?
Someone had, I think, Ogre in their side. It could have been a Sky Striker player. Yeah, I think he tried to use Ogre. Huh. And Call by the Grave came in handy. So that's why he's in the deck. Droplet, I did not see it once. I did not see it droplet once.
That's sad.
Yeah. I didn't see it, or maybe I did offer Saryuja and I put it back because there was no need.
That's fair.
Harpy's Feather Duster and the 2 Lightning Storms for back row decks. 3 Memories of Hope. I'm telling you, I resolved it all day. All day.
Yeah, this card is literally your best card. Draw 4.
Draw 4. And I haven't lost a game when I resolved it. I won every game except the D-Link game. It went to game 3, as you can tell, but in the game 3, I just didn't see it as well. So yeah,
that's fair.
And you have the 3 Neos Fusion. Opened it all day, or I drew into it off of the Memories of Hope. Then you have to run the 2 callings and the 3 networks. I was messing around with 3 callings, but you don't want to, like I said, you don't want to draw into calling at all. So
there's like the only scenario that I see you want to do that is if your opponent's got a to bait and negate off of it or something.
Right. So yes, actually it did come up where I drew it, and it was perfect because I drew the calling, activated, so he did I think he Cosmic Network, but I had another network, so it was perfect than me activating it and burning the calling. Yeah. Then the 1 terraforming, the 2 talents. Talents was great. I ripped out the nib, and for my duels, my opponent had nib, and they ash my Planet Pathfinder. So I talenced them, saw their hand, and ripped out the nib. So I knew that the Neos was good to come out. And then the 1 Red Reboot.
Red Reboot's a good card.
And then off to the side deck, the 1 Artifact Scythe with the 2 Sanctum. That worked out perfectly. 3 Drolling Lockbirds. That was for D-Link and any decks that was burning through their draws, just going off. Different Dimension Grounds to
I saw this come up.
Yeah, this came up versus Dragonlink, and he had to really pass his turn against I think BA as well. That they just have to pass their turn. They can't really do much unless you want your card banished.
That's
so yeah. Dimensional Barrier, didn't use it at all today. And then the strike package, 2 Judgment and 3 strikes. So in the future, I am probably gonna cut out maybe one draw and one strike for two nib.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Then from the extra deck, we're gonna start with Saryuja. I want to work my way back. Saryuja, a lot of work. It actually lost me the game in the last round. I made a bad choice of going into Saryuja in game three, hoping I drew into a trap where I
Yeah.
should have probably made Mega Clops because he didn't have a way to get over it. Yeah, he had Tidy, but he would have had to search Tidy, so it would have gave me a turn,
That's
and I
fair.
didn't. Yeah, poor choice, but it happens. Nightmare Unicorn, and that combos out with Hauka Fiberax. So the combo is if you have like a way to like not get off your scythe, or you have a kaiju or anything on the field and you can't get it off to activate your field spell, and you have a tuner in hand, or if you have a Saryuja on board, you just special summon the tuner or normal summon the tuner, go into Hulk, bring out another tuner, go into Unicorn. You can bounce Unicorn back to your hand, so now your field spell is live. So that's I did that
Okay.
twice. Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah. The Mega Clops, of course, you have to play the Mega Clops.
Of course.
The Appaloosa, after you make four, they make you go first. You go Appaloosa, and then you have Appaloosa four body.
Okay.
You have the two number fours, the two number threes, the two number twos, and the two number ones. That's standard. You have to play that package. If you want to play more, you don't really have to. You should have one to play more.
Do you miss Chaos number one?
I don't play it only because when I did play it, it never really came up for me. Maybe I was doing something wrong, but it never came up.
That's fair.
Yeah. And then the Omega, during your turn when they know you're playing this deck and you go terraforming the Ash, and you have the Gamma in hand, Omega rip a card. That's the extra card out of your hand.
That's good.
And then the last spice, the Rainbow Neos. That's the golden boy.
The goldenest of boys.
Yes.
4,500, by the way. So big.
Exactly.
Any final comments you want to add on this?
This deck was just so good to me, and I will continue trying to make it better. Like I said, yeah, I wouldn't really change too much about the deck. The main deck was great. Maybe I'll try maining Nib, or maybe I'm not really too sure yet. But I'm gonna keep messing around with the builds.
All right, that's what I like to hear. Guys, I'm going to leave a link down below to Mr. Rated God Fresh's YouTube channel. You guys should definitely make sure you check him out, right?
Thank you, appreciate that.
And of course, guys, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And of course, make sure you guys smash that Living Crib Out subscribe button to both of us. All right? All right, guys, have a good rest of your day. Peace out. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCool40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCool40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcoolgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.